Good morning, students. I'm Madam Belinda Omaro. I'm going to take you through an English lesson. So today we are going to look at oral skills and we'll focus on performance. So under performance, we look at definition, verbal cues, and non-verbal cues. And at the end, I'll give you a task. When you talk of, so we know that performance has got many definitions, but for our lesson today, we are going to zero in on performance in terms of expressing oneself. Therefore, we will look at performance as an art in which one presents himself or herself using both verbal and non-verbal cues. Now, when you talk of verbal cues, we are referring to using the voice to express oneself. The verbal cues we have include voice projection, or we can say audibility. So each time one is communicating, the voice has to be well projected for clarity. When you are too loud, it causes distraction. And when you are too soft, it may cause straining in the part of audience. Another verbal cue we have is intonation. And when you talk of intonation, we're talking of the rising and falling of voice when speaking. Intonation is important because it helps bring out the different moods and emotions in speaking. Another verbal cue that we have is voice variation. This is well illustrated when varying characters' voices in a given context. We have also another very important cue, verbal cue, stress. When you talk of stress, we're talking of emphasis, laying emphasis on a particular point, statement, or an idea. Now, the other aspect of performance, remember we've said that when we talk of performance, we are looking at both verbal and non-verbal cues. They have to be incorporated in order for the speech or to be effective. So we have non-verbal cues. When we talk of non-verbal cues, we refer to the art of communication which involves other parts of our body other than the voice. Our bodies constantly send silent messages to people around us. They are so much part of communication, just as speech. Silent messages can be sent to others without necessarily speaking. The non-verbal cues we have include our facial expressions, use of gestures, use of body movements, our poise or posture. Now, when we refer to facial expression, we say that it reveals impressions and emotions. Our faces can tell a great deal about a person's feelings. For instance, when we talk of facial expression, we have eye contact. Maintaining an eye contact, meaningful eye contact, that is, indicates that you want us to notice something or you are following keenly. That is the use of meaningful eye contact. Another facial expression we have is a smile. You could smile when you are communicating to indicate pleasant, to indicate happiness, or to indicate that you're being friendly. That is how you could use a smile. You could also grit your teeth and scroll to indicate anger or irritation. Another facial expression we have is frowning, or you could say you could contort the face to indicate sadness, anger, or when one is puzzled about something or worry. Another use of the face is that you could raise an eyebrow. You could raise an eyebrow to show surprise or to show that you are in deep thought. Grin to indicate pleasure or amusement. You could also use your face to grimace, to show pain, to show disgust. Another thing that you can also do with your face to communicate is winking. This could mean you're trying to send a secret message. You could also sneer to show contempt. You could as well roll your eyes. You roll your eyes when you're bored or just to show contempt also. So we have looked at facial expression as non-verbal cue. Another non-verbal cue we have is gestures, use of gestures. When we talk of gestures, we say that these are very strong signals which indicate or emphasize our desires and feelings. And mostly when we talk of gestures, we are talking of use of hands. So you could use your hands by pointing at yourself or placing your palm on your chest. You could hold your hands out or stretch the arms. You could as well wave. You could use your hands to beckon. You could clench your fists in annoyance. You could also use thumbs up to show that you're okay, you're fine. So that is gesture. We have another non-verbal cue, body movement. Our body movement simply simplify and adjust our position in relation to people and objects. Movement speaks a lot about us. Every change of position you make communicates. So under body movement, we look at nodding. That is the use of head. You nod to mean yes, to mean agreement, nodding. You could also shake your head to show disagreement. Stride, that is to walk in long steps in a particular direction. It shows confidence. It also shows determination. You could also strut. When you talk of strut, it means you walk up proudly with your head held level high and chest out. That is to strut. When you strut, you're passing a message of confidence and courage. We also have shuffle. Shuffling means that you lift your legs slowly from the ground. It means you are dejected. It means you're tired or you've given up, you're resigned. Shuffling. You could also shrug your shoulders, you shrug to show that you don't care, or you don't know, or you don't bother. Shrug. We could also sit at the edge of the chair. When you sit at the edge of the chair, it shows anxiety. When one slouches, to slouch on a chair, it shows boredom, it shows discomfort. You could also cast your eyes down in shame. You could also cast your eyes down in shame. So those are the non-verbal cues. So we have looked at verbal cues. We have also looked at non-verbal cues. In our next lesson, we shall give you an example on how to apply the verbal and non-verbal cues. Thank you for listening. Stay safe.